G'day there. You know, usually when I start one of these, I say welcome to new model. But today's a bit different. It's welcome to a new brand in CUPRA. This is the Formentor. And yes, it's an absolute good looker. We thought that when we saw the photos. In the flesh, trust me, it is even better. And even better than that, because it's a CUPRA, the beauty is not only skin deep. Because under that assertively creased bonnet is a 224 kilowatt, that's 310 brake horsepower engine running all-wheel drive through a 7-speed dual clutch gearbox. And it's not just the bonnet, there are creases everywhere. In fact, this one starts soft and gets sharper and sharper right along the side. And this beautiful crease right over the rear arch. And that sort of sharpness continues around the back, this awesome rear light bar, just stunning. But there's another thing too, this is a coupe crossover. In fact, it's the only one of its size and kind in the VW group, but they've done something really cool because these rear seats sit lower, so even at just over 6 foot, plenty of headroom in the back, and that's with the optional sunroof. You know, one thing that really winds me up is a car that looks so thrilling from the outside, but when you hop inside, it's vanilla. Definitely not the case in the Formentor. Seriously, start button and chassis modes on the steering wheel. That's a great touch. And speaking of touch, a 12-inch color touchscreen, and there's even more. Those LED strips are configurable. You can change the color, but they also double as blind spot warnings. Awesome touch. It's funny, I pictured what the first drive would be like in the Formentor, and it was actually a little bit clear when we started filming talk about the car indoors, but we've got outside and it's fair to say Auckland's really turned on its winter weather. Good chance for a lesson though. CUPRA is Spanish, but the name is actually a mixture of two English words, cup and racing. CUPRA sounds better, doesn't it? And that heralds back to SEAT's history in motorsport. You see, it's a new badge, but the fact is it's not really a new concept for the brand. CUPRA started out as SEAT Special Vehicles, then became SEAT Sport, and they've got a winning history too. 11 rally titles, 3 of those WRC Class Championships, and 2 World Touring Car titles. So a new name, but the pedigree is genuine. Gosh, speaking of genuine, the name Formentor, by the way, is a picturesque part of Mallorca in Spain, sunny Spain. I do wonder if when they build a car like this, they imagine it being driven in weather like this. Well, there's no question that even this rather bleak weather, this baby Urus really does look the part. It also goes the part too, and that's important because there's plenty of sort of sporting crossover coupe SUVs out there, but this one delivers on both parts as well. Sounds good too. You're actually selling it short to say this drives like a hot hatch, because with 310 horsepower, it's a super hot hatch. And it delivers quite well because it is a lot lower down than a lot of SUVs. If you enjoy a drive, you enjoy having fun, it's an awesome compromise. Now there is a 140 kilowatt version of this car, but why wouldn't I choose to drive this, the VZ, or 224 kilowatts of awesomeness? VZ, by the way, since we're speaking of the CUPRA lexicon, is short for veloz, the Spanish word for fast, and it is 0 to 100 in 4.9 seconds. That's the official number. I've actually seen a test where it hit it in 4.4 seconds, so genuinely quick. And since we're talking about CO2 right now, I can give you that number. 186 grams per kilometre is the official number. And while we're keeping things responsible, if you push the CUPRA button on the dash here and go back to a comfort mode, things quieten down, the ride softens. It's not spongy, it's still clear this is a sporty sort of car, but it's a nice ride. Well, it's fair to say we're not really capturing the spirit of Barcelona today, but I tell you what, still smiling with the CUPRA Formentor, and there's one more trick up its sleeve, and that's price. You see, at GiltrapTV, this car is $68,900 with all that performance. $68,900. The V model I talked about, the 140 kilowatt, is $54,900. It really makes this car something of a triple threat. You've got the style, you've got the substance, and you've got tremendous value. I'm going to get back undercover.